Hello everybody, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life and welcome to Off the Board / 30 Days of Sketches Revisited. And today's sketch is one I think I've used twice now. I used it in my one of my original 30 Days of Sketches series, but I also think I used it in a series, the Lift and Sketch series that I used to do with Rachel. And this is a sketch that for some reason catches my eye over and over and over again. And I think that it is just so versatile and so usable that it's just a really great one. So it's from Creative Scrappers. I believe it's 262. And my goal today is to finish up using some of this Turn the Page. Now, if you saw my video on Wednesday, you would have seen that I used a lot of this, especially the more masculine colors, the more blue and teals, for a layout about my son, and I used it to back a cut file. But my plan today is to go ahead and use them as kind of the, let me see here, let's see if I can do this without, I feel like there's more than one piece here. Maybe there's not. I'm just gonna simply go ahead and cut them in half and layer them. Oh, there, oh, no. So yeah, instead of doing like, I mean, I guess I could turn them into little notches there. There. There's different ways to do it, so I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna go about, but that's my plan, is to cut them in half and have a play, see what I can come up with. But yeah, I want to finish using these up. They have been in my stash for an extremely long time, so it would be nice to get them used up. So I'll get you on fast forward and let's see what I can create. I have no photo picked out yet. I do, however, have this doily because I feel like it matches really well, so I'll probably put my photo on the doily. All right, let's get going. Okay, let me take you on a little journey through this layout. I am going to go ahead, take all the pattern papers that I have left in the 12 by 12s that are in a pattern, not the ones that have the words on them, but just the pattern ones, and I'm going to cut them in half, and then of that half I'm going to notch out like you saw me do, and make a smaller kind of, you know, whatever you want to call that, chevron or whatever, and then a smaller triangle within that as well. And I go ahead and do it on all of them, and I just had fun just kind of cutting and going about it. It didn't take me very long. It's super easy. I wasn't measuring. I wasn't trying to be perfect. I just was trying to make it so that each pattern paper had one of each. And then I go ahead and I try to play with the smaller triangles, trying to match it up with what you can kind of see in the sketch. I liked it, but I felt like maybe the larger triangles would be better because it takes up more of the page. There's a lot of white space on this layout, and I was trying to just make it just a little bit less white space. I like white space, I'm all for it, but I was trying to just make it a little bit different. So I go ahead and try that. And then I add in the smaller triangles to use, as you can see in the sketch, as the darker chevron part to it. I try to use the smaller triangles for that. And I go about it, and I'm not hating this at all. It's not bad. It's just, it's not exactly what I wanted. I'm not sure where to place my photos, or even what photos I'm using at the moment. And so I go off camera and I trade everything in and use the little tiny skinny ones instead. Now, these little tiny skinny ones are the winners. They are what are going to make it on this layout. I'm going to glue them down. I'm also going to do some stitching. Now, before I get back to the stitching, I am not one to use my ruler. I really don't use it very often. I mostly just line things up. If it looks good to me, I go with it. But for some reason, I was on a kick that I was going to have everything, the points of all of these line up and be in the same kind of line. So there's a bit of uniformity to it. And then I go ahead and do my stitching. Now the stitching looks a little weird because it's just this big long black line. However, I kind of like it. I feel like it adds to the kind of whimsy and playfulness that this layout turns into. I do find a couple photos, 4 of them. They're a series of photos of Jackson and Nora, and they were just being so cute and silly. But yes, they are like I said, Jackson and Nora, and this was before Barrett, so I think I was probably pregnant with Barrett at the time. And I know this, A, because I can just tell within their ages, but Nora still has a pacifier in her mouth. And we made her get rid of her pacifier before Barrett came. So I know it's before Barrett. And they're just being super cute. And this was one of those stages where they didn't always like each other. So these were really awesome photos because they were happy with each other. So I loved them. They also have bright colored shirts on. Jackson's got some orange on. Nora's got some bright pink or red on, I think. I struggle with that, but I feel like with these pattern papers, it all just kind of worked together. And then, of course, the filter I used helped when I posted them on Instagram. I really like to use the Gingham filter. It gives a nice softness to my photos, and I am all about that. So I use that filter a ton, and that has that filter on it, so it's a little bit lighter. Now, I am going to go through a series before I come back live where I go through all of my stickers and everything in that little bag that I had, and I just went to town. And I was recording the whole thing. However, it got a little out of hand. So you'll see why in a minute. I will definitely go back so you can see it all. But I just played and I had fun and I did random stitching, and there is not even like necessarily a title. Maybe it's Happy Together, I don't know, but I played and I had fun, and this is the third time of me using this sketch, so I just wanted to do something a little different, and I definitely feel like that worked. So I'm going to come back live and you are going to see everything that happened. I'm going to call this layout my what else can I get on it layout. I did record it, but it was quite long because I went through all of my goodies here, my lovely little stack that I have. And if you watch Freeze Friday on my channel at all, you'll know that I'm trying to work through this stuff in the last 2 months of my spending freeze. I got a lot used up. So I seriously went through every single thing and just kind of saw if I can make things fit, and I just kind of kept going and going and going, and this is the final results. And you know what? I don't hate it. And not only do I not hate it, I kind of love it. Like, it's super fun and playful, and it's just so different. So yeah, I'm almost at a loss for words of what to say about it. I'm sure it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, and that is a-okay, you guys. You scrap and do what makes you happy. I probably would not do this every single time I went to scrap, but I love it. I feel like it matches the mood of the photos, and I'm just going with it. So this is my take for today's layout and a sketch for 30 Days of Sketches Revisited. Please make sure you head on over and check out everyone else playing today. So this is 30 Days of Sketches Revisited, but it's 4 off the board because of course we're doing Crystal and Moira and Kathy and Megan are doing a video a day, and then the rest of us are playing along when we can, where we can. The links for everyone playing along today will be below. I'll see you all. I will be back tomorrow actually for another video, and I'll see you back Tuesday for another off the board. Thanks everyone so much for watching. Bye.